You got to lock in for the summer, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Hold on. Making sure it's on. Got to lock in for the summer. And locking in for the summer does not look like how it needs to look like for everybody else. It only looks like how it needs to look like for you. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of the times, bro, we judge ourselves very harshly. We're very hard on ourselves, but you just have to understand you got to just do the best that you can with the time that you have, with the life that you have, with the moments that you have. Nobody knows what it's like to be in your shoes. Nobody knows what it's like to live your life. And I need you to understand that I understand that. You know what I mean? And it's just up to you to really do the best that you can. I just feel like a lot of times people don't understand, like, you don't got to do it like how I do it. You don't got to do it like how other people do it. You don't have to be in the gym 7 days a week, 6 days a week. You could be in there 4, you could be in there 3. You have to do and you have to find what works for you. That's what it really means to be purpose driven. That's what it means to be, for sure, man, a woman, a human being. You just got to figure out what works in your life. And a lot of people, they don't understand that. They think that they got to be a certain way in order to be successful. But success looks very different for everybody. Locking in for the summer just requires you to ask yourself, what do I need out of myself this summer? Who do I need to be? How should I lock in? You know what I'm saying? What is required of me to reach my desired goals and dreams? And that's the thing. Everybody got different goals. Everybody has different dreams. You're not supposed to have the same dreams as everybody else. You're not supposed to be doing what everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be doing what you need to do to change your life and make your life better. And one thing that I noticed, bro, in this life, at the end of the day, it's yours, bro. And you got to do with it in which you want to do. Like, nobody could tell you how to live your life for you. Nobody could tell you what you're doing is right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? As long as you focused on you and as long as you focused on being the best version of yourself, then that's what it is. That's it. And so for me, I had to look at my life and say, what is required of me to be the best version of myself? What's required of me to elevate my life? I knew that I wanted to do YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Nobody told me to do YouTube. Nobody said, bro, you need to do this, you need to do that. I just got up and I started doing it because it felt right. You have to ask yourself what feels right to you. What do you need to do in order for you to feel complete? What do you need to do in order for you to change your life? And most people, they don't have purpose, bro. And what I'm saying is, as long as you have purpose, then you're going to make it. As long as you have purpose, then you're going to be successful. As long as you have purpose, then your summer is going to look significantly better than what it would have if you didn't have purpose, if you weren't locked in, if you weren't going to the gym, if you weren't figuring out a game plan for what you need. Maybe you good with the gym. Maybe you don't have to go because you already been in a good routine, so you already got that. So we don't even need to talk about that. You have to figure out what you have to do in order to change your life. It's your life. It's your responsibility, bro. And that's just something that we cannot neglect. And I feel like a lot of the times we neglect that. We think that we have to be what other people want us to be. We think that we have to do what other people want us to do. The only thing that you have to do is wake up each and every day and give it your all. You have 24 hours each and every day to change your life. And when you think that you can't change your life, or you feel like your life is always going to be the same, or you feel like, you can't make your life any better, that's when you stay stuck. It's real hard to change your life when you feel like you cannot change your life. The truth is you can. And all you have to do is lock in. And the only way to lock in is by asking yourself, what is needed of me to change my life today? What is needed of me to be the best version of myself and have better results? What is needed of me? And only you know that, bro. Not even me. I don't even know that, bro. I don't even know that. Only you know that. Because it's your life. And I know what I need to work on. I know what I need to do. I know my goals. I know what I have to do. But you have to know what you have to do. That is the only way you're going to lock in this summer. Be real with yourself, man. What have you been pushing off? Oh, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to do it. You start procrastinating. All of a summer, you procrastinate so long, the summer's gone. Summer is just a season. Sometimes it's hard to lock in and just say, I'm going to just lock in and stay locked in. Sometimes we have to give ourselves goals, something to aim for. You know what I'm saying? Something to aim for. So one of the things that you can aim for is literally just doing the best that you can with what you have. Something that you can aim for is literally writing down a vision for what you want your life to be like after the summer. And it doesn't have to look like what I got on my paper. And they don't got to look like what somebody else got on their paper. It needs to look like what you need to do in your life. You know, a lot of the videos that I make is really just to empower you. You know what I'm saying? For you to understand that you can do anything you put your mind to. For you to understand that you can accomplish anything. For you to understand that you don't have to live a life like other people. You can live the life that you want and the life that you envision for yourself. You want to be a traveler. You want to visit different countries and visit different cities. You know, you can do that. What is stopping you from doing that? What is stopping you from being that type of person? You know, you want a certain dollar amount. You have to ask yourself, okay, how can I do that? What do I need to do in order to do that? You have to create a game plan, a step-by-step plan. Okay, well, I have to stop procrastinating. I have to be more organized. I have to be more focused. You have to be honest with the things that are negative in your life, the things that are not as productive, the things that don't help you as much. You have to be honest about that. And that's one of the hardest things to do. But once you do that, I promise you, man, everything is better. But you have to be honest and you got to keep it real. You have to stay focused. You have to stay disciplined. It's your life, not nobody else's. And one thing about this life, bro, it's going to keep going. 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 And it waits on no one. You have a limited amount of time on this earth for you to do what you really want to do, for you to be who you really want to be. How can you live that life if you don't create a vision for yourself? How can you live that life if you don't actually believe in yourself? How can you live that life if you're not trying for yourself? How can you live that life if you're not doing the best that you can, not only for yourself, but for those that come after you, for your family, for your loved ones? You can't, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? You can't, man. It's not gonna happen if you don't have a vision, if you don't write it down, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe in the process, if you don't believe in the plan. So it's all about the type of person that you want to be. What type of person do you want to be? Do you want to be somebody that quits? You want to be somebody that quits on your future, quit on your family, quit on your life, quit on your plans. Some of y'all don't even got plans. Some of y'all don't even have a vision. Some of y'all so beaten down with life that you just flowing. Don't let life just take you where it wants to take you. You have to work with life in order for you to take yourself where you want to take yourself. That's it. That's it. Yeah, there's something called fate. There's something called destiny. You know, there's for sure something called God. We know that. We know that. But at the end of the day, you can still write your book. That's the beautiful thing. Don't worry about what he gonna do. He got you. God got you. What are you gonna do to change your life? What are you gonna do to be the best version of yourself? What are you gonna do to lock in? What are you gonna do to be focused? What are you gonna do to make the best of this summer? You know what I'm saying? It's a couple of weeks, but it could really change your life around. You know, you could change your life in a couple of weeks. You know, you could change your life in a couple of weeks, bro. You could change your whole life around. Anything is possible, but you gotta have the right mindset. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. As long as you believe, man. I know we always say that, but it's the truth. If you don't believe it's possible, then nothing's gonna change. But if you believe that you could change your life, if you believe that it's possible, oh yeah, everything can change. Everything can change. Everything can change. You know what I'm saying? If you believe it's possible, bro, everything can change, bro. Everything can change, bro. Remember that. Now I'm about to text my wife to come back because they might be calling for us. I don't know where she at. Oh, she right there. Okay. Yeah. You know, we flying back home. You know, had a great vacation, had a great time with family and friends. You know, a lot of great moments, a lot of great memories. You know, we on the go, man. We living life. We working hard. We're disciplined, self-improving every day. But you just gotta remember that, man. Don't ever forget that. Like, this life is really what you make it, and it's up to you. You know, nobody else can live this life for you. Nobody else can live this life for you. Never forget that. The Purposeful Man Playbook out now. It's on Amazon. Y'all can check it out. The link is below. Chosen ones for exclusive videos that I will never post on YouTube is below. All of these resources are just for you. I made them just for you, with you in mind, for you to be the best version of yourself. So take some time to check it out. But whether you do or you don't, understand that I love you. Understand that I want to see you win and grow. Comment below summer if you watch the full video. Peace.